What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video. Today we are taking a look at the new wheels on the E92 M3. Alright guys, so if you follow me on Instagram, you probably already saw these. I made a little post last week about them, but I ended up finding some Schirmer spec E92 M3. Well, actually E9X and E8X M fitment wheels. So these are E88s, Schirmer spec E88s with the gold in the center and then the polished lip. These for me are like a dream spec E92 M3 wheel. I had the silver ones before, you guys might have seen those, but those were actually F87 F8X fitment and they were not race pocket. So these are a little bit more motorsport design. They have the race pockets right here. The other ones that I had did not have that, and then they were an F8X fitment, so they required some like crazy spacers. On these, they're a little bit different. They're like a really aggressive but like perfect spec for this car, running an 18 by 11 in the rear and 18 by 10 in the front. They do require a little bit of camber, so I ended up putting negative 2.3 in the rear, and then I'm at negative 3 in the front, 3.2, something like that. But the fitment is, I mean, it's perfect. The car sits perfectly, looks perfect. It's it is a pretty much, for me, it's like a dream wheel. I really wanted the LMRs on the M2 and I really wanted race pocket E88s on my M3, and now I literally have both of my dream wheels on both of my cars, which is pretty cool. These are not cheap, so I'll tell you the story about finding these. I put an Instagram story up a couple weeks ago. Was it a couple weeks? Last week? Yeah, last week on Monday. I said if anyone has some E88 race pocket Schirmer spec wheels, let me know. I'm in the market, and I was actually looking at the website and I was just gonna go ahead and order some brand new. But the only problem was that with that is the production time on these wheels is quite long, and I didn't want to have to wait. So I put a couple feelers out. I put the story up. I had a bunch of people respond, which is awesome. Thank you guys for everyone who follows me, who helps out like that. Really appreciate it. All of the ones that I found were either they were going to be in stock soon, or they were used, but they were like in California, and none of them were Schirmer spec. They were just, you know, traditional E88s that were to a certain size or fitment for these wheels. Now the Schirmers are a little bit different. They use an upgraded hardware on the wheel. It's supposed to be a bit more durable. These are more geared towards like race car shit, and that's why they spec them like that. But yeah, ultimately I got really lucky, and a gentleman reached out and said, hey, someone has a set out here in Raleigh. I'm in Charlotte, that's like 2.5 hours away. He said that I've hardly even used them. I got like 2,000 miles on the wheels and tires. I said, dude, done deal. Like, what do you want for them? So I ended up paying $7 grand for everything, wheels and tires. If you know anything about these wheels, the wheels typically brand new are like $6,500, and then you'll have to source tires, which is going to be about $1,000 to $1,200 depending on what kind of tires you do. You know, when it comes to BBS, is like the one thing that I've learned about buying aftermarket wheels in general. If you buy quality wheels, they hold their value really well. And the E88s, especially race pocket Schirmer spec, are a great example of that. You can pretty much resell them for as much as you bought them for, as long as they're not like damaged or destroyed. Being that these are pretty much in mint condition, and for me these are like they're a wheel that I would just keep forever. I can run these on my 135, my 1M clone, same fitment as the E92 M3, and this works on a lot of different cars. So this fitment is like perfect to have in the garage because it fits so many different cars, lots of different cars that I would have. You could also fit this onto an E46 M3. It would be very aggressive, but you could do it, and that's kind of the great thing about this wheel. It applies to many different applications, many different cars. So I pretty much knew right away, like, you know, I want these wheels. I'm willing to spend the money to get them, and yeah, I'm just glad I did, man. The gold is pretty, it's kind of loud. It's very motorsport. I had the silver and I just felt like while it was very clean, I wanted something more. I just wanted color that stood out a little bit more. And so that's why I went with the gold. Woo, the sun just came out and these are just crazy in the sun, dude. They look so good. The gold brakes behind there. Now the F80 brakes really fill out the wheel like very well. So if you're running F8X brakes on your E92 M3, this is what it's gonna look like, and it just looks, dude. It looks so good. It's such an aggressive wheel. So one thing, this car is wrapped for those of you that know, and I've had this wrap on for a little over a year now, and we're gonna be getting rid of the wrap. Now, this is probably the longest I've ever had a wrap on a car. Really like this wrap. It's clean, it's easy to maintain. It always pretty much looks good. You know, matte colors, that's why I chose a satin color like this, because it hides a lot of dirt and debris or scratches or anything like that. It really hides a lot of that. It's like the benefit of having something like this. But I am ultimately going to be changing up the color to suit the gold wheels a bit more, something with a bit more contrast. I do like this setup, but I just want to change it up. I just want something new. So I just wanted to show you guys the new wheels because I think it's just dream ultimate spec for this car. I'm really happy with them, and I don't intend on really ever changing them. Yeah, I love the setup. The tires will probably change. I'm on Michelin's, which I will say are very comfortable on the road, but ultimately I have some RE71 RS's at home. They're brand new. They're a little bit bigger spec than these as well, and they're just gonna fit the car perfectly. So ultimately I will run those, but we're gonna run these. We might as well, you know, wear them out for now. One thing with the Schirmer spec wheels, they are kind of difficult to get the tires to seat in the bead to seat into the wheel. I do have these two, or no, on the other side, those two have a very slow leak. 1 PSI every couple of days. So I do have to continually fill them up until I take them back to my tire shop and have them remounted. Now, like I said, I bought them used, so they came with the tires and they already had the leak. So just kind of something I had to deal with, and I was being impatient and I wanted them on the car. So yeah, man, you guys tell me what you think. I just love this setup. I think it just looks so good. It's so timeless. It's so classic for this car, and it's very Nürburgring spec. You know, it's like if you look at the Team Schirmer cars, like this is basically what they look like, and I'm always so inspired by that look, like that club sport look. You know, it looks so freaking good. So I am going to be throwing in a half cage, just trying to figure out who I want to go through, but you know, it is smart to have something like that on track. And yeah, the car goes back to the wrap shop. The cool thing, the next wrap is not going to be a wrap, it's actually going to be a PPF. So I'm doing a PPF on the entire car, but now they have these companies that make like color changing PPFs, and we're using a company called Pure PPF, which is a little bit newer, but they offer a really nice catalog of colors, and I think it's going to look really good. I'm not going like anything crazy, anything loud. You know me, I'm pretty chill with my colors. I like a lot of natural tones, and the cool thing about it is you're running a PPF, so it's self-healing, it's thicker. Obviously it's going to protect the paint underneath, protect the car underneath, and I think it's going to look really good. It just looks more like paint. You're not going to get that orange peel. A lot of gloss wraps just have so much orange peel, and that just looks terrible to me, and that's why I avoid the gloss wraps, and I usually do satin. But if we're doing a PPF, I'm down to do gloss all day. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I just wanted to show you guys a little setup here. I think it just looks so freaking sick, man. I'm just so happy with it, and I got so lucky finding this spec, dude. It's just a dream spec for me. And yeah, so anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.